Hello again everybody and welcome to this very new Let's Play I've been announcing in my channel's video. So we're going to play some Evil Genius. The thing about this is there is a very loud announcement voice here that I had to sort out. And I had to balance with my own voice because of course I want to do my base announcements and I don't want to miss them either because they are fairly important. Yeah, we're not going to do the tutorial. I did them, and I would actually do them, but I consider myself to be an evil natural, so I'm gonna skip that. Also, why Evil Genius? Well, as you should have noticed by now, I'm not sure you can hear it, but I'm having a bit of a cold, and every time that happens, I develop a deep hatred towards the world. So, what better way to live out that hatred than by becoming an evil genius, at least digitally. And of course only digitally. It's not like I am building my own underground lair somewhere on a southern seas island. Who would do that, after all? Anyway, let's dive right into the game. Although I should probably put something else here, because I don't really have a timer here. So we're just going to go into a new game and I'm going to see how this plays out. New game. I'm going to play on easy because the game gets bloody hard. We're going to play as a... I don't know who you're going to play. I'm going to play as this guy. The mystical, inscrutable soup criminal. Great. Let's start the game. That always gives you those little hints there. Social minions are pretty important for a lot of things on your little evil outpost. Okay, it's loading, it's still loading. Gonna see how this records as well. I have no idea how big those videos are. So yeah, we are arriving on our yacht. It's pretty harmless. It's a sunny day. Quite the perfect weather for doing evil. Okay, we have a few things here. Yeah, you can hear the announcer. And I do hope she would shut up at some point. Okay. Now this is our start. We have to get acquainted with the island. This is our island here. This is Lord Kane, one of our henchmen. We can do a video hint here. I'm not sure if you can hear that. Can ignore that because let's just say they are fun. Those small videos are fun to watch and also fun to listen to. They are very cliched at some points, so yeah. If you buy the game, it's worth looking into those. Yeah, our henchmen and our evil genies are the only characters we can control directly. I can tell him to go here, I could tell him to go there. I could also tell my evil genius to go here, although my evil genius can't fight. This is the sphere of influence of my evil genius. Within this sphere, my minions regain their stats. Each minion has 4 stats. Health, if this goes down, they die. Loyalty, if this goes down, they just desert. Smarts, which if this goes down, they will just stand around like idiots, pretty much. Attention, I think one of those makes them avoid running into traps. If attention goes down, they just stand around like idiots as well, mostly because they are idiots, and because there is little else to do. I know they don't see anything anymore, and if endurance goes down, they will just pass out. Okay, let me just see if I can. Okay, just had to remember the controls. This is our evil base entrance. We don't have anything else yet. This is our evil base. Now you may see a similarity to Dungeon Keeper if you played it. I did, and I actually wanted to record it, but I still didn't figure out how to do so. This is our strong room. We have some gold. We have 250,000 gold sitting around. And we have a rack of for storing briefcases. Those are for transporting gold, because running around with gold is pretty suspicious. I can do my evil genius has the same stats as everyone else, although they usually are at 100. Certain agents and stuff that invade your base will eventually lower it, but that's nothing you should be too worried about right now. I'm going to try something I haven't done before. I'm going to give my base a slight bend, like this. So this will hold some of my devious traps I will develop later on. Maybe not that far. Now the fun thing about this is you have time. I can pretty much take time to do whatever I want here. Actually, let's build that corridor that far. Let's make a brief thing here. Okay, this will be the corridor. It won't be built until I tell them to, until I tell my minions to start building it, which is a great idea. So I have all the time in the world, although of course I won't have that later on, because things keep running here. You see my minions still doing things and still preparing stuff, so I have to watch out. I can also build rooms even if I can't afford them right now. It will delay them, the construction, quite a lot though. Okay, let's... oh no, I don't want a corridor here. Actually, let's just build that for now, so I can show you how the building works. So now we have this room tagged for building, and now I can tell them to start building, and they will start building the room. Now you can see my minions here. Yeah, they grab some gold, they grab a briefcase, and they carry it to one of those depots here. I think to this one. And then they will return with some explosives, which will then be used to blast out this room. And I hope the resulting blast won't be blasting out the the recording, because that's one of my worries. Yeah, I'm gonna place some barracks over here. Okay. Oh, look at that. We're already done. And I can also do something else very evil. I can furnish my place. I can turn things around. Shift makes just a small one here. So shift turns things around because you want things to be in order somewhat. Okay, thank you. I need a door here as well. And I think I want one more row just to place some lockers in there. Lockers are useful because they give you more minion capacity. That's something I should talk about. Okay, I want this to be built. And I suppose I also want a standard door here. Alright, okay. Are we blowing this up now? Yeah, there we go. Okay, this didn't go quite as I had hoped it would. I can't build here. Okay, I could build this way. I don't want to though. Alternatively, I could probably resize this room to go out this way. Yeah, that sounds okay. That seems to be alright. Okay, let's go with that. And while we're at it, please place a door here. Okay. Well, you can see some agents over here. We'll have to deal with those at some point as well. Actually, let's do it now. Lord Kane will hopefully be able to take care of them. So he'll go there and he will attack them in a very traditional way by punching them in the face. While that happens, I will briefly discuss the way minions work. This is the minion pane. Right now there is not much we can do here. I can tell them how many minions of each kind I want to have. I think only workers are able to build things, so only workers are able to blast things out. And there we go. Go, Lord Kane. Could you kill the entire bunch? Okay, I'll have to tag them all for termination. Right-clicking on a creature gives you this little menu. You can remove tags, you can assign them for capture, which is kind of useless at the moment, and you can assign them for weakening, which is something only social minions can do. Basically, if you terminate them, your minions will try to kill them by reducing their health. If you try to capture them, they will try to attack their endurance instead. And if you try to if you do something else, which I now forgot, something else will happen. No, if you do something else, like say, like what? Damn it! If you tell them to weaken, depending on which kind of minion you have, they will attack one of those other stats, which is useful, more or less. Okay, now I need a freezer. This will be assigned soon enough. Um, we just did that. We eliminated those investigators. And now we need a control room. I think the best location for control room is, I don't know, over here. It may not be, it may actually not be the best location for one. I think this might be a good location for a freezer. Killing things like this produces body bags, which will give off heat, which doesn't mean they can be used to warm the room, but they are basically, they will tell people that something is wrong on this seemingly unconspicuous island. Because I don't know how many trips to the Caribbean you had where you stumble upon body bags, but it usually isn't the best sign for your chosen tourist resort. So yeah, you might want to be careful about that. And if you run into a body bag on your vacation, you might want to pick another location. It's simple as that. You might want to pick another location. Okay, let's just see how many freezer racks I can stash in here. Okay, 1, 2, and 1 the other way. Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind them being busy right now. Okay, there we go. This will be the... you don't have to do that. Stop it. God damn it. Stop it. Okay. Freezer. Okay. You will see that we are running pretty low on cash very quick. There are 2 more rooms I have to build. One is a strong room because I don't want my gold sitting around here. And the other is the control room, which the thing actually tells us to do. Like right there. Build a control room and have 1 console and 1 memory thing. Also, those lockers have increased our minion capacity. Right now we can only have those kinds of minions, so I'm going to set it to 10 or 13. Let's go with 13. We can also increase the recruitment rate. up to this, up to 1 minion every 1 second, although it will cost us a fortune. However, if you have a lot of gold sitting around and very little other things, very little... What is that? Oh, it's just a termite hill. If you have that, and if you have a lot of gold and very little minions for whatever reason, you may want to do that. I don't want to do it now because we can live with a brief delay in recruitment. I'm going to up this to 15 though. The rest will go into other minions once those become available. Also, I want this to happen. I can also use my minion to boost a construction order. I could, for example, tell my evil genius to go over here and boost this. Okay. Yeah, this is a pretty awesome way of storing things, isn't it? Just one of those boxes, you just drop them and they deploy. I think IKEA would be more than happy to do that, but they can't. There is another way to increase our minion our minion capacity. I will show you this either this or the next video. Just going to build a corridor here. I don't want to build them too long because for one it takes ages to build them, and outside of that I kind of have to okay, I want another room over here. It won't be the control room. I think the control room will go here. I can blast out more later, so that will do. And I absolutely love how this is possible. How you can just tell people to how you can just plan out your base with those kind of blueprints without having to do anything right off the bat. So I don't have. This is not going to be built until I have given the okay to do so. Once the room is blasted out, I can't really blast it in again. I can have it filled with concrete and then turn it to another room, but I don't really want to do so. I think this is okay for the control room. Now I'll have a door here. Could I place a door, please? Do I want it in the center or do I want it in the... I think I want it here. Okay, this will cost $25,000. I would suppose. Yeah, I think it's dollars. There we go. There is no entrance to my new room. That is on purpose, my good friend. For now, I only want this. The time clock is a very useful thing. You will learn to love it. I want the control panel and I want one memory bank because that's all we will required for this little objective. Okay, there we go. And I want a door here. Great. Now this is I want this and that to be built. So yeah, this is Evil Genius for you. Once this first objective is done, I will cut the video. I will look into the video and see how it turned out. I'll also see how long it was. Oh yeah, also those body bags have another side effect. They will drain the loyalty and attention of your minions. So you don't want them lying around. Aside of the fact that we will eventually have tourists here, and we don't want those to stumble upon our body bags as well. You can see it here, they are now slated for moving. Right into the door. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I need my evil genius. Where are you? Oh, bear? Why are you there? Oh, right, because I told you to. We will throw a tantrum here. Not sure if you could hear that. This is vital for my plan. Okay, yeah, I should probably brush up my evil laughter as well. I was once told I'm doing a pretty convincing evil laughter. So yeah, I'm pretty bad at being a madman. Okay, let's yeah, as you can see here, I'm throwing a tantrum and they will start doing this. I'm also going to have those body bags removed. from there and placed in one of those racks once they are dropped. Okay, now we are moving them. So now I have to wait for that to happen. Okay, could you move away there, please? I can also execute on my minions if I wanted, but I don't feel this is very useful right now. I kind of want my minions to stay alive for the time being. They will die in copious amounts very soon, so don't you worry about that. Okay, we should have blasted the control room out soon enough. We will basically be doing those objectives here. We don't have any optional objectives as of yet, because we're still kind of getting everything set up. But there will be objectives and there will be evil deeds very soon. Now we'll actually have some pretty nefarious missions waiting for us to be performed, or to perform them. Oh, did that just flash? No. Yeah, we're getting 1 minion every minute. This will be too slow at some point, but we don't have an income at the moment, so we'll go with what we get. And I want to have this moved there. Yeah, move it to this. As you can see here, those body bags will take a lot of space. So if I place them in one of those racks, they will not take up so much space. And also they will not block the door, which are two very, very, very positive things. Well, two problems that are going to be solved. There is an object crate. All objects come in those. And here you can see the rack storing those bodies. They will decay over time, despite being in the freezer, but they will not produce heat, as in they will not be seen. Now we can place that door, and we also almost have finished this wonderful control room. You should be careful about that for the beginning, because the control room is a very, very power-hungry thing. Power is a thing we didn't brush yet. This is our power. We currently don't use much of it. I think only this is... No, this is not using power. Doors are using power. So those two doors are using power. Lockers are usually not powered, so they don't have some power level. The control room is one of those things that eats power like crazy. Actually, no, it's not yet, but you will need more than those bits in the control room later on. And that will consume power. Okay. I'm kind of tempted to... I will place a trap over here. So this is pretty much the trap bit. We can build all kinds of traps and all kinds of sensors, although right now we don't have that many of them. We'll place a lot of those soon. The thing is, I don't want to really place a lot of them here, because our minions are pretty stupid, and they will run into our own traps quite often, and it will be annoying. It will be very annoying. So, actually in one of my games it cost me most of my minions that didn't die in a in the enemy assaults, and it wasn't much fun to see. So I'm going to try to do better this time. Okay, next is we need a strong room. We do need another strong room. I think I want it to be somewhere at the end of the corridor. I'm not too concerned about long ways here, to be honest. I'm more concerned about how to secure my possessions, because I will you'll gain a lot of things very soon. Okay, there we go. The first objective is done, and I will... Oh, it's almost done. Yeah, could you just place that? Okay, there we go. Now we have the world domination screen, and with that I will start saving this. Um, I will save it as, come on, save it as device plan LP1. Come on, 1. Oh, okay, fine. I will call it the devious LP1, just so I don't miss it. No. Okay, it has been saved. And with that, I will end the video. I'll see you all next time. I hope you enjoyed this. Feel free to leave a comment, especially if you want to see the sound being adjusted a bit further. And yeah, that's it for now. I'll see you all next time. Bye.